Welcome back, everyone, to the Apartment Geek. It's your host, Chris Robinson. And I just got back from an amazing vacation in Fiji at an island called Tavarua, which some followers may be familiar with. But it's a private island off the coast of Suva, and it was amazing because I was there with some very successful real estate owners that specialize in multifamily. And this topic kept coming up over the 8 days that we were together, in a very organic environment with palm trees and the ocean. So it was like this very nice free flowing conversation. And what we kept talking about as owners of multifamily is how the NOI, the cash flow, the return, however you want to look at it, the NOI is under attack. And what I mean by that, it sounds so dramatic, but we're getting shot at. I always think of the old like asteroid game. It's almost like we're getting shot at by all these different spaceships. One being rent control with the state of California, and then the city of Chula Vista, and then the city of San Diego that came in recently and with the new stuff. And we're kind of, our hands are tied as owners on what we can do on rent increases. So that's one thing. Next, we have insurance, which is becoming a big issue. And about 3 or 4 months ago, I started to get concerned because I was getting letters from Mercury Insurance about my policies, and clients were complaining about it. And now I'm actually starting to see real estate transactions that fall apart because of insurance. Insurance is making that big of an issue on the NOI just because it's gotten that much more expensive. And as we all know, insurance is one of the line items in the expenses. So insurance, rent control, and then basically the cost of materials. We all know about this, whether it's remodeling a bathroom in your home or doing a remodel on an apartment. It's very expensive to do work now. Cost of materials is way up. Then you've got the trash companies who are twisting our arms and raising the rates of trash pickup. Utilities, water, SDG&E. We're all familiar with how much SDG&E has gone up. In my home, it's something that's like, I've got a lot of stuff that runs on electricity, and that's gone up a bunch, as it has at some of the apartment complexes. So expenses are going up, and we can only raise rents per these rent control regulations. So what does that mean? It means that we have to it means we have to continuously raise rents, which is funny because it kind of flips this whole rent control purpose on its head. But we really have to stay on top of our rents. We have to stay on top of our operations. We have to call these utility companies. We have to call the insurance companies, see if we can get better deals. We have to shop, when possible, alternatives, and really kind of stay on top of expenses. We want properties to look good, and we want to keep curb appeal. But I think this is really a time to kind of lean down on your operations and really kind of look at what you're spending money on and see if there's ways to conserve there. The next video is going to be talking about stress testing your apartment buildings, given that when you refinance your property in 2, 3, 4 years, maybe 5 years, you're going to be at probably a much higher interest rate than you were 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago. So that's the next video, stress testing your apartment buildings, and kind of what's going to be wise to think about and be aware of. But right now, NOI is under attack, and it's really important to kind of hone in and get really, really tight with your management. And how can you lean things down on expenses? How can you improve this? How can you raise rents? How can you add other streams of income, whether it's parking, pet rent? We talk a lot about RUBS on utilities, getting tenants to pay for the utilities. Wi-Fi is something that I've been seeing on some properties, which is interesting. And any other form of income, storage, garages, building the ADUs out. We talk about those a lot. So let me know what you think, if there's questions, and more to come on my new brand. So stay tuned on that. Some really big, exciting stuff happening. Thanks for tuning into the Apartment Geek. Talk to you later.